Hey everybody, Dylan from Noblerecordstore here coming at you with another video. Now, sorry so soon, but had a crazy dig the other night. So got a good friend of mine. I was talking back and forth with him. First of all, I've got this huge, epic pop-up on Saturday. If you humanly possibly can get there, it's at Divine Barrel Brewing in Charlotte tomorrow, June 8th. Not tomorrow, sorry. Saturday, June 8th from 12 to 5. It's going to be huge. Plan on having about 5,000 records there. It's going to be crazy. So I already had a really good pop-up going. I already had a lot of really good stuff. But I wanted to kick it up a notch and get even more good stuff. Like the best stuff I ever had. So I decided that I would do that. A good friend of mine, I was talking back and forth with him. He's got just a killer stash of records like you wouldn't even believe. He's got stuff that dreams are made of. It's incredible. But anyways, so he's like, hey man, why don't you come over here and dig some records out of my storage, and maybe we can make some deals. So I brought a bunch of stuff to trade. Basically, I've been swamped this week, like busier than ever, and did not have time to do it at all. One night I got the kids to sleep kind of early, and I was like, yeah, I'll get over there and maybe do some digging. Ended up not getting over there till like 11 p.m. and I dug over at his house till about 2 a.m. and which was crazy. But I got home like 2:30, something like that, and I actually went to sleep and woke up the next morning and I was like, crap, was that just a dream or did that really happen? And thank God it really happened. So here's some stuff I'm going to keep, and I'm going to show you the stuff I'm going to sell. But it's not a whole lot of stuff. It's about 200 or 300 records. But it's all really good stuff. I can really, I could sell, but all of the stuff I'm keeping is stuff I've wanted forever. So just to kick it off, to show you I'm serious, got this. Original Sacred Mushrooms. Oh my gosh. It's called, the name of the band is the Sacred Mushrooms, but the name of the album is The Sacred Mushroom. Yeah, this is seriously a grail. If you're not familiar with this, they are really hard to find on vinyl, close to impossible. I've never even seen one. If you like 13th Floor Elevators and stuff like that, you'll love this record. You can get a reissue, but just look it up and listen to it. It's really, really good stuff. I mean, it's a heater. So there's the label for you. But it is original first U.S. pressing. I never thought I'd have this. This is just an impossible find. So I was so excited when I found this thing. I actually was kind of upset when I found it because I knew there's no way I could ever afford it. I just knew it. Another one here this is one I've been looking for a long time. And it's not that rare or expensive. It's pretty rare. I don't know, this is probably worth like 30 or 40 bucks. This is the Inner Sounds of the Id. This is a really good Psych record. And it kind of looks like it's got ringware, but it's just because my lighting's really bright. It's not really that bad. This is a great Psych record. It's been a while since I heard it. I remember the first time I heard it, Matt Sands had talked about it on his channel, and I really wanted it. And this was very interesting. It's like some crazy sounds on it, but Inner Sounds of the Id, it's a dope record. I'll probably talk about it a little bit more in a future video. You guys know how I am with the original Stooges stuff. This, I don't know if y'all have ever seen one of these. Crazy label. Look at that. It's a gold label. Gold label. Stooges. Now, as you already know, the originals normally have a red label. I'm sure as you've seen on my videos, I've got a couple of them. But this is an original, I believe it's a Canadian. Uh-oh, hold on. There you go. You can see it. It's too bright. Come on now. But it's a Canadian pressing, but the gold labels are just impossibly rare. I mean, worth a good bit of money too. What else I got here? Show a couple of these first. This is the same guy I got my Wray, my autographed Wray from. This is not the same one I had. The one I had, a really good friend of mine, is like a Wray fanatic, and he bought it from me. He gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I sold it. So I reached out to my friend. I was like, "Hey man, you got another one?" So he hooked me up with another one. These are all legitimate pressings. I trust his word for it, but this is a really nice one. This one's a little bit better than the one I had. So, if you're not familiar with this record, it's got the flip out, But it's just a phenomenal guitar record. I mean, there's this really good documentary. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Rumble, and it's named after his track Rumble. But yeah, man, that track is one that like deeply influenced. It's not on this record, but deeply influenced Jimmy Page, and Jimmy Page talks a lot about it. This one, whoo. Link Wray and the Raymen, and it's autographed right there too. Now this is a promo copy. It's got a dark cover, but so there's the label. Here's the promo stamp on there. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, just to find that record without the autograph is freaking rare. I've never even held one of these in my hands. I love Link Wray. This is the one that's got Rumble on it. This is the original first U.S. pressing promo. So, my gosh. It's beautiful. It's all meat, guys. This is a face melter. Heard about this one from Dan from Dots and Loops. This is an incredible album. Unfortunately, this is a reissue of the album. I think it's a bootleg, actually. But, yeah, the originals. When I saw this one, it was another thing where I was like, well, I really want that one, but there's no way I'm going to be able to afford it. But luckily, it was a reissue, and I could afford it because these go for, I'm not sure, but I think, you might fact check me on this, I think they go for like $500. Something like that. It's one of those. Here's another one I've been wanting forever. Nirvana. Story of Simon Simopath. This is a really good pop psych album. I would call it pop psych, but it's a psychedelic record. Nirvana, this is not Smells Like Teen Spirit Nirvana. This is a different Nirvana. This is an early Nirvana, 1965, 66, something like that. So, yeah, this is killer. It's got some great songs on this. Is a promo copy. The band Nirvana was sued by these guys in the early 90s for the name Nirvana. They had found out that there's another band using their name, the old Nirvana, and they sued Kurt Cobain's Nirvana. They settled outside of court for $2,000. And the old Nirvana, this Nirvana, covered lithium. It's crazy, but it sucks. So you can look it up. If you want the link, I can try to post the link. But if you look it up, it's just not good. It's just not good. But it's funny. I mean, this next one's one I've been looking for a while too. I recently looked at a collection. Oh my gosh. I'm not wanting for this to be a really long video, but I got to tell this story. I looked at a collection the other day. It was maybe 500 or 600 records, and they were decent. I mean, it was a decent collection. It was nothing crazy, but it was decent. And the best record in there was this one. John Lee Hooker Burning. I wanted it so bad. It's on VJ. But I asked the lady how much you want for this. I always kind of ask, like, what's your expectation? You know, how much would you like to get out of this? So I kind of can gauge if it's even realistic. If they undercut it, sometimes I'll give them a little bit more, you know. But ask her, you know, what do you have to get out of this? She said at least 10. And I said, 10 what? And she said 10,000. Said, you hope to get $10,000 out of these 500 or 600 records? She's like, yeah, I believe that's fair. And she did the math. She's like, yeah, it's $16 per record. That's pretty fair. But there's a lot of like Barry Manilow and crap in there. So I was like, heck no. I mean, it was all decent stuff, but I mean, only a handful of them were worth more than $16 anyways. So didn't even have to think about it. 10 grand's a lot of money. So anyways, this one was in there. I was like, listen, can I just buy this one from you? And I gave her a generous offer. It was full-blown retail. And she said she was not splitting up the collection to even just get one. So I was like, whatever. So he had this one. Gave me a really killer deal on it. And I'm just so stoked. John Lee Hooker. Burning. Here's a really cool... I'm a nerd. I know that. Led Zeppelin 4. Look at that label. I believe this is Brazilian. A Brazilian label. But, yeah, that's a killer one. I'll probably, because I got it at a decent price, I probably will keep this one for a little bit till I feel like I need to sell it. I do have... I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. That's what I tell myself in the mirror every morning. No, but I do have a little bit of a Led Zeppelin problem. And so I have a Plum label collection. I like to collect the Plum labels. And I have one Led Zeppelin 1, 2, and 3 Plum labels. But that's all I have until now. Splat out. This is a really clean Led Zeppelin 4 Plum label. Original UK pressing. It's beautiful, guys. It's just a beautiful thing. I know I don't need it. I know that. I don't care. Back off. This is Led Zeppelin 3 original Japanese pressing. Now, I know you guys are thinking, see, look, there it is. Original Japanese on the blue and teal label. Now you guys are probably thinking, but Dylan, you like to have your Japanese pressing with the OBI right here. And listen, guys, I do. But this one never came with an OBI. The first Japanese pressing of Led Zeppelin 3 did not have an OBI or OB, whatever you want to call it. So anyways, that's the sash that's right here on the Japanese pressings. Like this, here's this, has an OBI on it. Anyways, doesn't have one. But, I mean, that's the way it is. Rolling through these, budgie. This is a really weird, it's got the rare MCA label on it. A lot of the UK pressings have that. This is actually, I believe this is a Turkish pressing. It's pretty rare, but I just wanted this record. I've been wanting it and hadn't been able to find one. Actually, I think I actually might have one. No, I don't. I needed it. Sam Cooke, Cook's on tour. Been itching to get some more Sam Cooke. I'll probably hang on to this one. Morning Stomp and Blues by John Lee Hooker. This is a reissue. It's like a 70s or 80s reissue. Moods of Marvin Gaye. Really excited to give this a listen. I've not heard this. It's obviously super early Marvin Gaye. Just look at him, so young and full of wonderment. Amandoul, Viva la Trance. Viva la Trance. I love Amandoul. I've not heard that record, and my friend that I got it from said it was his favorite Amandoul record, so I'm looking forward to listening to it. The Grassroots, Let's Live for Today. And this has my good buddy, Creed Bratton from The Office in it, but this is supposed to be a really good Grassroots record. I heard it. Renaissance. I've been wanting this one for a while. It's a great proggy record. It's original island label. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I've been looking for a really good, decent pressing of this and just haven't run across one. So, adding this one to the collection. Gene Knight, Mr. Big Stuff. Man, I've been wanting this record. Just look at this guy. He's just full of life. Those pants are just hanging on for dear life. Stanley Steamer. This is a promo copy. This is a Psych record that I've seen it, but I've not heard it before. So I'm excited to give that one a listen. Rare Bird, As Your Mind Flies By. Rare Bird's really good, psychedelic proggy band. I love it. Their first album is absolutely great. It's got its heavy organ, fuzz guitar, really good, but this one I have not heard, so excited to get that one. Had this one a long time ago, the Howlin' Wolf London Sessions, but sold it, I think, to check. But anyways, I'll let you read what that says. I don't like to use expletives in my videos in case kids are watching. But I had to get this because of the buffalo on the front. Just look at that. What do they call that? Double exposure, where you can see a different picture on that. I love buffaloes. It's a long story, but this is 2012. Really good, like country rock. I listened to it. Really liked it. T-Bone Walker, I Want a Little Girl. Holy moly, that's the creepiest album I've ever seen, but I love T-Bone Walker, so why not? I mean, no one said, hey, T-Bone, really kind of a weird title for that album. Maybe you should think about not. Think about not. That's what someone or anyone should have said, but he did it anyhow. Never today would that fly. Anyways. It's a Mother, James Brown. I can promise you one thing. Next year on Mother's Day, I'm going to be cranking this son of a gun. Because this is an early James Brown. It's just, Mother Popcorn on there. Shoot. Iggy Pop, Soldier, didn't have this Iggy Pop. And you know how I feel about the Stooges. Richard Thompson, Didn't have this Richard Thompson. This is Across a Crowded Room. Really love all eras of Richard Thompson. Really great songwriter, acoustic guitar player. Lionel Hampton, Art Tatum, and Buddy Rich. This is Clef Records, jazz record. I've not heard it. Looks really good. Probably keep it. This is one I'm not like nuts about pressings unless it's Led Zeppelin, but this is one I kind of always wanted. This is a gold label, Morrison Hotel. Really hard to find. This is also Canadian. A lot of Electro labels and Reprise labels and stuff like that were just a little bit delayed in Canada. So although this was, I believe the first U.S. pressing was a red label, this one came in gold in Canada. It's a nerdy thing to like. This is original Velvet Underground Live at Max's. I have a reissue of this, so I'll be selling my reissue and keeping this. Robert Cray Band, Who's Been Talking. Robert Cray's a great blues electric guitar player. I've not heard this album. He's got another one that's really popular. I can't remember what it's called. Saw him live. He opened up for Eric Clapton way back, probably 15 years ago, and I loved it. Emmylou Harris, Quarter Moon in the 10 Cent Town, original master recording. Emmylou Harris is amazing. So, I got this. Otis Redding, The Dock of the Bay, on Volt. I have a copy of this, but the cover has like a big freaking, where somebody tried to rip a sticker off the top, so this one's replacing that one. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not, but I thought I would show it. Bob Dylan, Bringing It All Back Home. Look at this. It's a, clean mint promo copy. So, it's not white label, but it's a promo copy. So, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. Maybe, maybe not. Tolonen, I think it's what this is called. I've seen it. I've just not listened to it. Yeah, it's Juka Tolonen. And the name of the album is Tolonen. Hard rock, heavy guitar record. I've been wanting it for a while, but just hadn't seen it around. Grab that one. This one I'm not keeping. I'll be selling, but I wanted to show it. This is two originals of the Mother's Invention. I don't know if this is German. What country this is from? Germany, yeah. This is German. They did these. They have one for the Doors, one for Led Zeppelin, and none of the covers make any sense at all. I think they did it for a lot of different bands. But anyways, you open the inside cover, and you got these Burnt Weenie and Weasels Rip My Face Off. Pretty cool. And then, like, you know, the covers, like, front cover has nothing to do with the band. It's the weirdest thing ever. But I'll definitely be selling this, but I want to show it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those pressings. This is John Lennon Yoko Ono Telecasts. This is a trademark of quality on blue vinyl. I always pick these up when I see them. Lately, I've been trying to get rid of some of the bootlegs that I don't really like or listen to. And anything that has John Lennon and Yoko Ono on it, hard pass. So I'll be selling that one. Roy Harper Valentine. Roy Harper's amazing. I don't even need to go into that. Rest in peace, Dr. John. He just passed away earlier this evening. I don't know if I'm keeping this or selling this. I got to check to see if I have another copy. But I think I have another copy, so I'll probably be selling that to pop up. The Second Coming. This is a promo. This album is killer. It's a like fuzz guitar, heavy psychedelic record. I had this a while ago, and when I purged everything a couple years ago, I sold it and hadn't found another one. Just look at that artwork. It's killer. It's called The Second Coming. This is a really good record. I highly recommend it, and I'm glad I finally got another copy. Lynn County. This is a really good psychedelic record, too. I just have never found it, can believe it or not. So Lynn County, finally got a copy of that. Really great. Looking on The Move. This is a UK pressing on the Fly label. Excited to get this. I actually don't have any of The Move. Psychedelic band. Just never had one. So this is what the top of my head looks like when I'm not wearing a hat, just so you know. This is the Incredible String Band, 5,000 Spirits or The Layers of the Onion. This is one that's just kind of eluded me. I had it a few years ago. It's a really killer psychedelic record. Had it a few years ago, and I said a few years ago. This is probably 6 or 7 years ago. I wasn't really into psych at the time, so I sold it, and I was like, I'll find another one. It looks cool, whatever. And I haven't found another one. So he had this one, so I snatched that joker up. Jane. The band, name of the band, Jane. This is Jane 3. It's a really killer prog record. Not too terribly expensive, but really good. Jade Warrior. I had another copy of this. This is a Vertigo with the swirl label. It's just kind of some psychedelic jazz rock, I'd say. I had a copy of this on like the Vertigo spaceship logo, but we all know you gotta have the swirl. Not gonna be happy if you're not. Jason Crest. This is called the Black Mass. So Jason Crest, I don't believe he actually ever... I actually don't think that there is a Jason Crest. I think... You might fact check me on this. I'm not 100% sure. But I think the name of the band was Jason Crest. But nobody in the band's name was Jason Crest, I believe. But they never released any 7 inches or they never released any albums. They only did singles. But a lot of their stuff would show up on like compilations and stuff like this. So this is a kind of a compilation of their songs. Their song, The Black Mass, is killer. Freaking nuts. Gotta check that out. But this is a limited edition of 300. This is number 8. So, pretty cool. Never seen this before. We kind of looked into it after I got it. This is a really great album by Miller Anderson, Bright City. Miller Anderson was a studio guitar player, incredible studio guitar player, and he ended up coming out with this album. It's got some fantastic guitar work on it. Let's see if there's anybody else on here that's significant. But this is I have a copy of this already, but mine has a name written on the cover, so I'll probably keep this one. This is a promo copy on Duram. This is a great record, and I have another one, like I said, that has somebody's name on it, so I'll probably sell it. But they're not too cheap. I think they're somewhere around the $50 range. But yeah, excited to get that. The Electric Prunes, Mass in F minor on the Tricolor Reprise label. This is an Electric Prunes I didn't have. What more can you say? So the rest of these jokers, I am listing, or I'm pricing them now to go into my pop-up on Saturday. I've got a bunch of other stuff. So I'll do a flip video showing you that stuff now. But again, this is not even all I have for the pop-up. I got a freaking ton of stuff. My last really big haul that I had, that I got like a bunch of newer stuff and box sets and Mo Fidelity stuff. That huge collection, most of that's going in it too. So I got a lot of really great stuff. So if you're around and you can come to the pop-up, please do. I'll put the information in the link of this video. So, but anyways, so here is some of the other stuff that is I'm probably gonna sell. So got a ton of Jerry Garcia stuff. Got some jazz stuff. Hawkwind promo copy. On the Beach, Kiss. This is a black label, first pressing of the band. This one's a really good Psych record, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Love Sculpture. This is a really good blues rock album. Some more Hawkwind. Bob Dylan, Lou Reed, Gladstone, and this one is gosh, what's it called? Oh yeah, the Ansley Dunbar Retaliation. I'm gonna keep that one probably. Eno, Another Green World, Cat Stevens, Nina Simone. Yeah, this is killer. Terry Reid, Bang Bang. Van Morrison. Oh man, this is a killer one. People are gonna be wanting that. Bob Seger System, Noah. It's the psychedelic Bob Seger, if you ever wondered if that existed. Nina Simone, Miles Davis. This is Rashawn Roland Kirk, Miles Davis, Bertha Cool. Look at that lineup. John Coltrane, Keenan Burrell. Can't. Willis Jackson. Hank Crawford. I actually might end up keeping this one too. So this is stuff I've already priced for my pop-up. Just your classic rocks. Amboy Dukes. My gosh, that's a good record. A bunch of Black Sabbath, Fleetwood Mac, Pogues, Dirty Blues Band, and Grateful Dead. So Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 1. A couple of these Led Zeppelin 1s were these really rare first U.S. pressings with the brown and purple labels. So these really rare U.S. brown and purple labels. So I've got 2 of those that I'm going to be selling. They're kind of beat up, but they're so rare, even beat up, they fetch a pretty good price. A bunch of Led Zeppelin 1s, Led Zeppelin 2s, Zeppelin 3s, Zeppelin 4, House of the Holy, Otis. Gosh, this is a really good. This is Booker T and the MGs. This is McElmore Avenue. This is them covering some killer stuff. Bob Dylan, Violent Femmes. All this is going to be for sale at the pop-up. Look at that. Bubble Puppy. Oh my gosh. I wish I didn't have it so I could keep that one. James Brown, Hell. That's a great record. Yeah, I mean, come on. Some cool stuff. Doors. Let's see what's this here. This is Groundhog Split. This is a great blues rock record. This is Neil Young. I'm Happy All Came Down. It's a live bootleg. This is a really cool Funhouse Stooges. I think this is a reissue. This one's a kind of a weird one. Van Dyke's Parks song cycle. I've already got this one, but that's a pretty interesting album. Doors. Oh, look, there's another one. Bob Dylan. So, you know, some good stuff. Some more Hawkwind. Bob Dylan. So, guys, I'm glad that you stuck around enough to watch this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, if you're in the area, please come to the pop-up. I'd love to hang out and sell you some awesome records. Peace.